one thing I always get asked every year is how to make gravy, and it's so easy. It's so easy. So I'm going to show you how. I roasted a duck earlier, and this is the pan I roasted it in. So I just took the duck out when it was ready, and I had the potatoes in as well, like soaking up all that fat. So that's just the duck fat. So I'm going to put it on the heat. I usually don't put flour in my stock, because I quite like it sort of elegant and loose and a little bit thinner. But if you want a thick stock, now is when you put a bit of flour and you whisk it in until you have a paste. But what I'm going to do is make the stock, and then I'm going to show you how to thicken it up later if you want to sort of try it this way, and if you're not happy, then you can fix it. Once the fat starts bubbling up and sizzling, I'm going to put some wine in there, and it's going to sizzle up. You don't want to put too much, you just want it to sizzle and reduce down. You don't need loads, you can always add more later and let it reduce down. Now what you do is you scrape up all that yummy stuff, all the burnt, fatty bits. And you can strain those out if you want or leave them. I leave them, but if you don't want little bits, then that's fine. So I'm going to let it get quite sort of reduced down, then I'm going to put the stock in. And all you do is bubble it down, and that's gravy. It's so easy. So, you know, give it a go. You'll never turn back. It's lovely. Right, do you see how dark it is? It's lovely. And you could do red wine if you want as well. It's up to you, completely up to you. So, and I'm just going to slowly add this because I want it to still be boiling up. So I'm just going to see, I haven't added all of it, because if you just put it all in there, it'll take ages to reduce down. If you do it slowly, you're keeping the heat in the pan. Because you put all of it, it cools everything down really quickly. So just keep the heat up. And you can do this well in advance too. Once you have your gravy, just reheat it. So now it's boiling up. I'm going to add a bit more. So I've added all that. I put a bit of thyme in the stock, and it's actually gone in there, which is lovely. So you have these lovely little bits. But again, you can strain it if you want it really sort of clear, pristine. And because I had salt, because I put a bit of salt on the bird when I was roasting it to get out sort of the salt takes out the moisture from the bird, well, takes out the moisture from the fat and helps render it down. So there's a lot of salt happening in here. You don't need to season it after. I might put a bit of pepper, but no, I mean, taste it. If you didn't put enough salt on it, you might want to add more. But always taste. That's the key with anything, actually. And then it should be done. You can see the consistency, it's not that thin actually, it's quite rich. If you want to make it thicker, I'm going to get this hot, and I'll just put a bit of this into here. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit, enough to make a paste. Once it's bubbling up, I'm going to add just a little bit of flour. Hopefully it won't get lumpy. If it does get lumpy, you know, all you do is pass it through a sieve. So that's pretty paste-like, and what I'm just going to do is whip it back into this. And you just kind of have it on the edge and slowly whisk it in, and you can see it's thickening up already. And then from here too, you could add cream if you wanted a creamy sauce. If you were doing this for chicken and you wanted to add some tarragon, you have this creamy white wine tarragon sauce. So do have a go with your own gravy if you haven't done it before. It's really, really satisfying, and it's really lovely.